What the heck? Tim's Cascade style.
Yep.
Smoky pepper bacon. Look, it's got a Sasquatch
Yep.
on it. I can't believe that.
They have other ones. I think they have other ones that have Sasquatch on it too.
Yeah.
Different flavors.
When I dropped in the Anchorage airport, there was Sasquatch books in there and all kinds of stuff. It was like Bass Pro in there. Like they had all kinds of animals.
Yeah.
On display.
Oh yeah, like polar bear, grizzlies,
yeah, wolves, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
It's the coolest airport I've ever been in. There's some weird ones, like in Colorado, they were like showing like they had all these paintings that like depicted the future and stuff. And it was like,
I've seen that. That's creepy.
Yeah, it was like World War III kind of weird stuff.
That's creepy. That's crazy.
Yeah. Nazi stuff.
I've seen people report on that.
Yeah, they took them down, but
yeah, they give their opinion on what they think it meant or what it means or whatever.
Yeah.
Definitely something weird.
Yeah. And they claim there's an underground base under the Denver airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or base, yeah.
And it's in the middle of nowhere. It's not in Denver. It's like out in this field away from Denver.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I've seen people that, or watched videos of people that said that they calculated the cubic footage of yards of dirt they moved.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way it could have just been for the airport. It's massive amounts of dirt that they moved.
Yeah.
So there's got to be something, a big structure underneath.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I believe so.
We know what's going on.
That's right.
Oh yeah. Another morning in Alaska. All right, we're getting to, I think it's the second to last day here, and we're getting ready to go back out on the Kenai Trail, and we're going on the back side of the mountain, opposite of where we were on the lake whenever we took the boat down there and camped, and we're gonna hit the back side of the trail and try to see if we can find more sign. Fred went and took the boats back, and yeah, pretty wore out, a little shaky, but we're managing, so it's a really good trip so far, and I'm just having a great time. It's beautiful out here, and it's a dream come true, so I appreciate everyone who supported this trip. Stacy, if you're listening, thank you for helping me out. The Ozark Harryman, thank you for taking me to the airport, letting me stay at your house and leave my car there. And to all the subscribers, the channel members, and everyone who's donated to the PayPal. I know we haven't got a lot off of it. It's not like we're getting rich off of it, but it has helped with little things as far as replacing equipment, buying some new gear every now and then. And yeah, this wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for everyone. So thank you, Fred, Ryan, Russ, my family, and everyone who supported the channel. So you guys are amazing, and none of this would be possible without you guys. Let's get out there, look for some sign, and see what else we can find. Yeah, that's a lot of burnt timber.
Miles and miles of it.
On both sides?
Yeah. If we get up high, we'll stop and you can get kind of a 360. This other hill is supposed to be like 1,200 feet elevation, so...
That's a lot of timber. Some nice fields down there.
You can see quite a ways.
Yeah.
And it's still cool enough the thermal would be usable to see critters.
I bet this fire, or whenever the fire occurred, it pushed the hairy people elsewhere.
Oh,
everything. Like a certain area. Yeah, everything.
Everything, yeah.
What's this place called?
This is Engineer Lake.
Engineer Lake. Ooh, yeah, that's a pretty view. Oh shit. Try to get up on top of this rock. Oh yeah, there's people down there. Like a parking lot.
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we were just talking about that wildlife and wildfire. Many species of wildlife benefit from the new forest that grows after a fire. When fire burns naturally, a mosaic of different forest types is created, providing diversity of vegetation and habitats many wildlife species need. Some animals prefer a particular forest type, while others use and need all stages of the boreal forest. Okay. Well, that's cool. Anything on the thermal?
Hang on. Might have found something.
I'll zoom in out there on that field.
So, you see on the where the lake kind of comes in a little bit, there's this two groups of trees.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a group on the right and the group on the left. If you look straight up the center there, that opposite tree line across the lake, there's a heat signature over there. I don't know if you could zoom in far enough for that.
Might be able to. I'll rest the camera on this rock.
Yeah, so up at the top of the light green, right in between those two, yeah, like right out there, there's something. There's some sort of critter. Yeah, it's straight in the middle between that group of trees, all the way out across that field, the swamp. And it's right on the edge of that opposite tree line, way out there, like, I don't know, what is that, 3/4 mile at least?
Yeah, I can't tell on the viewfinder, but
Maybe
I'm
you'll
sure
see
there
it in the video. I don't see...
yeah, we'll see. Which one?
the one furthest from you controls the zoom.
The one that shows that camera icon?
No, the one that's on your,
Like that?
this one. This one is the zoom. Just tap it.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool. Your zoom works a lot better than mine.
I'm pretty impressed with the sensor on that thing, and that sacrificial lens I got does cut the resolution down by about 10%, but
Yeah.
it's still pretty decent.
Right.
As long as you got it in focus. Kind of surprised we didn't see more critters out in this stuff, but it might be, nap time.
It could be.
All right, let's continue.
All right. We'll move on and we'll look for more fields and try to scan them with the thermal and see what we can find. I should always have mine, but it's just hard to carry everything,
Yeah,
juggle everything around.
it's a little bit bigger than this one too.
Yeah. Come on, Brutus. This looks like a squatchy area, man. The hairy people could be anywhere around here. It looks like the habitat that they would use, honestly.
Pretty thick.
Just want to look for waterways, which the lake's down there, springs, and uncut wilderness. And this is it. I mean, look at that. This looks like a great area to encounter a black bear or a grizzly bear.
Yeah. It's Good thing we've got the doggo.
Yeah, the dog will help out.
That's cool. A rock on the little creek.
I'd like to fish there. Oh, what do we got here? Construction?
Construction in the middle of nowhere, even.
No. Cleaning up the burns. Yeah, we got a camera.
This
This looks like a good spot.
Yeah.
All right, finally on the trail. Weed-free trail. Awesome.
Hidden Creek Burn, May 1996. 5,200 acres. Trail ends at a rocky area overlooking Skilac Lake. Cool.
Yeah, awesome.
2 miles. That'll be fun.
Absolutely. Is that bear scat right at the head of the trail? No, yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah, that could be.
It kind of looks like it. A really
It's not
big dog.
not quite dog.
Yeah, probably black bear.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll see the same type of tree breaks out here on this trail.
Yeah, once we get away from the roads.
Yeah, this connects to the trail that we were at down there on the lower lake.
Does it?
I think so. I wonder if it's the same trail system.
It might. I know it's within like a half mile or so.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are examples of it getting ate up. That's what I'm talking about, where they're kind of just all messed up. That's from getting ate. See, all the leaves are gone on them?
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Okay. Yeah, that's a big break. I don't think a moose did that one.
No.
Could be snow load, but it looked like it was a pretty fresh tree, you know, like not dried up.
Well, this one's still alive to a certain extent,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. It's pointing down the trail. That's
And
where we're heading.
They get less snow here than like my place.
Oh, okay. Look how all these trees are weaved together. You see this? That's kind of weird. That'd have to be a lot of snow load. They're all weaved together, man. I don't know. Can't say the hairy people did that, but it's unusual.
I think it'll get curiouser and curiouser as we go on.
Yeah. Bear poo.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, you can see trails coming out of the woods.
Game trail.
Yeah. How many Squatch do you think travel in a clan? Like, how many are in a family group?
Well, in my area, for 2 different people say they've seen them in the wintertime, and it was like 7.
7.
So that's...
Yeah, it sounds about right.
that
It's
seems
anywhere
to
from
be-
7 to 12.
Yeah.
A lot of habitat transitions on the mountain.
That's probably snow load.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. Big area.
Anywhere it's moist, the mosquitoes are horrible. I put on some bug dope, but I'm still getting bit.
We were camped right down there. We can't see it from here, unfortunately.
Right down there? Yeah, that's that mountain.
Oh, wait, maybe we can see it.
Get that thing.
Not quite. We can see the actual river, but not the slough we were on.
Yeah.
Bummer.
We're definitely going up in elevation now.
Oh, yeah. It's something like 1,200 feet total.
Yeah. We're going to the very top of that mountain. No, not really. Sounded epic, though.
Yeah, I'll get you a picture.
Really? Okay. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Yeah, the hairy people in here, they could hide so easily with how thick things are. In the wintertime, is all this dead? Like all this dies off?
Oh, yeah.
Just brush?
There'll probably be 2 or 3 foot of snow here.
Yeah.
That's why they stopped the road maintenance in November for this park system.
Okay.
So we're right above it.
Where we camped at?
Yeah, you see that little pond there?
Uh-huh.
And that little island?
Uh-huh.
We were just to the right at that tip.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, it is?
We're right above it.
Wow.
And then the spot where we put your recorder
Uh-huh.
is right, I think it's right down here.
Yeah.
So we're right above it.
Should we scan this with our thermals?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Good idea.
Try to get a good view.
Oh, mosquitoes.
I guess it's a stump maybe, but somewhere right there.
Rudy? Hey here.
Yeah, I don't know. Can't tell. Yeah, when people see the cameras and the firearms for protection, they're like, "What are you guys doing? Are you hunting?"
Yeah.
It's like, no, we're staying alive.
Yeah.
We're being safe and cautious. There's too many people out here without any protection. I mean, some have bear spray, but will that be enough if one just charges out of this brush like a freight train? Can you say, "Hang on, let me get my bear spray out, Mr. Bear"?
I think it's complacency. I feel like one person in a party should have a firearm.
Yeah.
And then bear spray.
Yeah.
Use the bear spray first if the wind is favorable. Not blowing towards you, if you can. Otherwise, use the firearm.
Yeah. Last resort. I mean, if someone's getting attacked, not if you just see it moseying around.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to spray it just to spray it because it's doing bear things. But if it's like locked in on you and it's aggressive,
Yeah.
delete it.
Absolutely. That's where we camped at?
Yeah.
Let me zoom in. What spot?
So you see where this long pond is here?
Uh-huh.
We were just to the right of that, on that little kind of outcropping.
That's
so
it?
that guy was fishing on the opposite side of where that little lagoon comes out.
Okay, cool. Oh, freaking mosquito. Biting the shit out of my hand. Oh, that hurt.
Horrible.
And they're testing for the cure of Lyme disease and
No, they invented Lyme disease.
Oh, they invented
there. Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, see how it curves in? Down here is where we saw that sow with cubs.
Okay.
Right here is where I ran into the girls with the bear.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and get a wide shot of this. It's so cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, that's those mountains.
You can see where the mouth of the river comes out. That's it right there.
Yeah. Awesome. You see any heat signatures?
I'll check it in just a moment.
Okay, I'm looking. I see some white dots, but it's hard to tell if it's rocks or trees.
Well, it hasn't. The thing about the rocks is it hasn't gotten super hot yet.
Mm-hmm.
So the sun is like, occluded by the clouds.
Yeah.
So that might be critters.
It could be.
Could be a bear sunning. Who knows? Yeah. And then the tree line behind it, where it goes from light green to dark green. So when it goes from the aspens to the spruce, there's another heat signature, or there was. That could be like a... Yeah, there's something in the tree line to the right.
Kind of looks upright.
Yeah.
To me it does.
Yeah. I wish we had better... I've only got 1x base magnification on this, so it kind of sucks for stuff that's far away.
Yeah, mine can zoom in too, but it's digital zoom, so it just like crops the image and blows it up. I wish I had optical zoom. Oh, those kids are going to be right up behind us.
That's a good thing, though.
Well, I don't want them to be in front of us.
Yeah.
Or we can let them pass and go a good ways. Oh shoot, there's something right down here, man.
Yeah, right here.
What is that?
No. No.
No.
None of that. Come here. Center.
Maybe it's a bird in the tree.
Could be center. Exactly what to do. I don't care if you want to visit with them. Leave it.
You guys racing?
Nope.
Nope.
Just looking for critters.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that heat signature moved, dude.
It's a log. There's something watching us though. Well, now that I know where it's at, I'm going to zoom in with my camera.
Yeah, it's just to the left of that birch tree. I don't know. I'll blow it up on the computer and we'll see.
Okay.
Bears in the flats?
We ran into 2 down here. We camped there last night, or the night before last. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's thick with bears.
More, just as often as not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The sun is like, occluded by the clouds,
Yeah.
so that might be critters.
Yeah, it could be.
Could be a bear sunning. Who knows? Background stuff.
Down there, I thought I saw some heat signatures. Pretty much
Yeah.
where we were camping.
Yeah, I think that might be some of the rocks. There were some rocks back in those trees, maybe.
The creepy thing is, being up here, if the hairy people do decide to like attack, throw rocks, and chase you out of here, man, it's going to be a hell of a run to get out of here.
No, you don't run. You just take your time, and that's what I did. I did not panic. I just paced out. I didn't even jog or anything. Just, I feel like if
That's
you
what I
run, it
did.
triggers that prey drive.
Yeah, I got that feeling too when they chased me out. And I had a big backpack and my bow. So I was like, man, I don't want to drop all this stuff and leave it.
No.
I got thousands of dollars of gear. I had my camera in there, but it was all strapped in.
Yeah.
Had something strapped over the
couldn't get to
backpack.
it.
Yeah, I was like, there's no time. It's nighttime. Just get out.
Now I've got my thermal right here, or in one of my butt pockets all the time.
Yeah. Absolutely. Is that cold getting any better?
It is. I mean, every day I get sleep, but we've been doing so much. I've just been recovering from what we've been doing.
Yeah.
And, maybe.
Hopefully it does.
It will after I get, I think if I get a couple days of solid sleep back home, I'll be good. We just haven't rested, since I was working on the wheeler for 2 days, got that running.
Will the thermal or will the drone work pretty well on the mountain, or is it kind of?
Yeah, no, I've had it up to 4,000 feet elevation and it still flies. I've had it way up in the mountains.
You might have to do that.
I've flown it up, starting from up there basically, as far as altitude wise, up in that bowl, no problem.
Yeah.
Where I'm at, there's like you drive up into a valley like that, it's huge.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do that before you leave. I don't know. We'll see.
If there's any rich billionaires that want to support what we're doing, buy us rigs, a lodge, and all kinds of gear. We'll research for life.
Yeah.
Just keep us going.
It'll be
Hey
fun.
man, there's a lot of lonely people out there, lost their family, and they're like, what am I going to do with my money after I'm gone? Support somebody.
We'll set up like a trust where all the footage is archived. That's what I want to do, is if we do get footage, put it in a trust. That way it's protected, then we can license it or, whatever we need to do.
We'll pay them back.
Yeah.
But we need gear. I mean, I need to get rid of my Mustang. I'm saving up for a nice truck, but
Yeah.
how am I gonna get the night vision I want, the thermal drone, everything else? We're talking about hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Just to get everything.
Those thermal drones are pretty legit.
Yeah. I didn't even pay to get out here. A viewer helped me get out here, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah, people made it possible.
Yeah, I think.
And these guys have been taking care of me, buying a lot of food and everything we need, down to the toilet paper. So I appreciate it.
I always have extra rolls of that.
Yeah.
It's like, nope, I've run out of that before.
Yeah.
You only have to do that once.
Yeah. I got out here and I was like, you guys got a place for me to sleep? Like a sleeping bag, a tent? I'm just.
Yeah.
I even said that before I left. I'm like, I'm extremely unprepared. And they always say, if you go to Alaska, make sure you're prepared.
Now you understand. I mean, we've done the things where we go somewhere where logistically it's difficult
to
get anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are around. You and Fred,
Yeah.
Russ have helped out a lot.
And Brutus.
Brutus
has
helped out a bunch. Thank you.
Moral support
Yep.
puppy.
Donate a dog too. We need a dog. Those things are expensive as well. A good dog like that costs money.
Yeah, he's
And the
normally he'd be like a $3,500 dog. He's
Yeah.
a police and working dog.
Yeah.
And it shows. I mean, he's so smart. You ready? You ready to go? For your video, it's like, that's where we were, and you put a little arrow.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm surprised we're looking over that whole area just from the drive here.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I think it was like 8 miles away,
Yeah.
you know?
What surprises me is no matter where we go, we see people. So there are people out everywhere, but like let's say if you go off trail or off beach, like there's no one.
You could be
Gonna
100
be miles
yards
apart.
off trail and no one would find you.
Yeah, no one will find you.
If you tripped and broke something, that's happened so many times. And they have to bring like cadaver dogs out to find people.
Okay. Stick brake to your left. But there's so much trail maintenance, it's hard to say that, you know, they didn't drop a tree on that at some point.
Yeah. Or, you know, people coming back, like where I'm at, a lot of it is snow machine trails also. So it's like dual use. So people coming through with snow machines can hit them. So you kind of have to be very selective.
Yeah.
I kind of ignore things that are right next to the trail just because it could be people.
Yeah, same here. I bet a lot of people freeze when they encounter a grizzly bear. You know what I mean? Rather than just draw, shoot. Like, they don't know what to do.
So I'll send you the video and you'll see right at the beginning I start recording with the thermal before I load the gun.
Uh-huh.
And I'm talking to the bear the whole time.
Yeah, that bear looked like he was up to no good. Didn't have very much fear of people.
Yeah, but a real thin female.
Yeah. You think the one we encountered that night up on the trail was a male? I think it was.
I think it was a different bear.
I think so.
But that female just didn't want to have anything to do with me.
Yeah.
And just walked off. The other one just sat there and stared at me.
Yeah.
All hunkered down. It didn't stand up and look and see, oh, what are you?
Uh-huh.
It didn't sniff the air. It was sitting there staring straight at me.
Yeah. He was in hunt mode. She, whatever. Getting the full Alaskan experience. Yeah, it's beautiful out here.
You're halfway there.
Yeah. I think they know when you're looking for them as well, especially when they see guns, camera equipment.
Yeah.
They're smart. They're intelligent. That's why they've remained undetected and people have only caught glimpses of them. What blows my mind is the stories where people interact with them. Like, it was in my house, or it kept coming up to me, it hung out with me at camp for hours. Like, why didn't you get a photo or a video, you know? Something. Pull a little bit of hair off.
Well, think about like the UFO thing, where people will see a UFO and they'll just be kind of stunned, you know? They're like, not necessarily in shock, but They just have it. It totally gives them a disconnect of any sort of impulse control.
Right. No, I agree with that. All I know is if I would have had a camera when I had my encounters,
Yeah.
I would have filmed. But it always happened when I didn't have my camera or cell phone. The only time I had a chance to film them was that night I told you they all came up at nighttime and I could see the eyes shine.
With your flashlight?
Well, I had a Panasonic 870 camcorder, has night vision, and I had the spotlight turned on, but you couldn't see anything on the camera, even with the spotlight. And I turned on night vision, couldn't see anything. Like both methods, it was just pitch black on the camera.
Huh.
And you could hear them walking around, but the camera didn't pick that up. Like I could hear it with my ear, but the audio on the recorder didn't do anything. So it's like, man, this is tough. Even if you got the gear, you're not gonna pick it up. And I've noticed that with thermal, like whenever they're around wood knocking and stuff, you might get like a blurry blob way off in the distance.
Yeah.
And it's like, yep, that's what wood knock. Are you guys gonna believe me? That blob is Squatch. It's hard to convince people. Unless you're there, you know.
Bear came off the clearing and then came down the trail.
Yeah, it looks like he's alerting us of something.
Yep.
I think it'd be freaky to come around a bend on this trail and see like a grizzly bear eating a person. And they say you're not supposed to approach them like if they had got a kill site.
Yeah.
So then he'd probably turn to you.
I would just shoot it.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot it right in the neck.
I mean, at that point, you'd have to. Because you know that thing's a man-eater.
Yeah.
They're all man-eaters, given the opportunity.
Yep. Or the hunger.
Yeah.
By black bears a couple times. There's a big rock.
Yeah.
You know, they come here and they're complacent.
That's what I think. It's just a lot of tourists that don't think about running into one or thinking the chances are pretty slim.
Yep.
But when you come to areas like this,
Any
they're all
salmon-fed stream, any stream of fish in it.
yeah, you should go to Alaska expecting to see a bear. Never go there and say, oh, I shouldn't see one. You're in Alaska, that's where they live. I just want to film a hairy man fighting a full-size grizzly bear.
That would be exciting.
Oh yeah. It'd be like that part in Jurassic Park, the second one.
Yeah.
Or is it the third one? Yeah, the third one. Where the T-Rex and the Spinosaurus go at it.
Was it the Dilophosaur?
Yeah.
Something like that.
The one that lives in Africa that can swim.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that. But I got a crazy imagination.
Well, let's take it a step further.
Yeah.
The Sasquatch was protecting you from the bear.
Yeah. We get chased by a bear. The Sasquatch comes out and rips its jaws open with its bare hands and then breaks its neck. And just stares at us, nods its head, and just walks back into the forest. Be like, see, Fred, they're not all bad. Fred will be like, no, man, I'd shoot that one too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And its babies.
He's definitely got some trauma.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Poor guy. He's dealt with it pretty good, though.
I mean, if I shot one in the chest 3 times with 30-06 and it just walked off, I would be a little concerned too.
Yeah. Fred easily could have been like, I'm never going out in the woods again. Never hunting again, fishing. Screw that. A lot of people do that. How far have we hiked?
It's 1.5.
1.5 miles? Uphill? Okay, cool. Oh, there's like a little spring here. Some mountain runoff. This one doesn't look safe.
No. That's why I went around. I'm like, no. Up and up and up.
Muddy. Bears like to sleep in there.
Yeah, where the shade is.
Okay.
That's just a
You heard a stick break over there.
right over here somewhere.
You can see where they've been coming out of here.
Probably a little black bear. Same feces as at the beginning of the trail. About.
Mm-hmm. It's thick in here. I didn't expect Alaska to be this thick with vegetation.
It's tough to bushwhack.
Oh yeah. Like if we decided to go off trail, that'd be rough.
Like to get to that tree line would take us probably an hour.
Really?
Up there at the top, you know.
Yeah.
And I didn't bring a machete, you
You
know.
just kind of have to wait till winter time to do that.
Or the fall. The
Yeah.
spring and the fall is when I'm most active. Like if I'm out in the woods looking
Okay.
for stuff, because you can. There's none of this. There's like maybe it's a foot up. It all dies. So you've just got dead stuff to walk over. You can see a lot further. There's no leaves right in the spring before everything buds.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I had to work, and then my wheeler broke down, and I just didn't get time until recently to get out into it.
Yeah. Brutus.
There must be poop back there or something. Or something.
He just disappears.
Yeah.
How high up are we in elevation, do you think?
900 right now.
900. What elevation would you suspect the hairy people to be? Like lower towards the streams and lakes, or up here?
That's when the fish are running, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
I think they follow the fish,
Yeah.
and then they follow the berries as the berries turn. So they go low elevation to high elevation.
Low to high, yeah.
Or, yeah. I think they follow the fish up, then the berries change at higher altitude streams, colder, and they come back down.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pointing towards that trail too.
There's one here.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe snow load, but again, it's splintered out.
These willows have been ate on.
Have they? You think it's moose?
Well, these two have definitely been ate on right here, but this
The-
didn't get ate on.
Yeah. This one has some nubs missing. It's hard to say, but not on the break part.
Right.
Maybe, man, all these are broken too. Maybe the moose will eat on the lower branches and they leave their scent all over it, and then the squatch comes and breaks it in the direction the moose went, and maybe it's a hunting thing.
Could be.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I know that this one, you know, that's just broken. It didn't get, because it would be ate down to here, you know.
Yeah.
None of these little nubs would be on here. Little branches.
Yeah. What do you think, Brutus? He's like, I don't know, I'm just a dog.
Yep.
Let's go.
Just a happy dog.
All right. We're almost to the top of the mountain. Yeah, a lot of breaks in there. Good eye. It's hard to see on camera, but yeah, they're all broken. Yeah, we just came from down there. We're circling up the mountain. Yeah, we don't want to go down there. That's some steep terrain. I'm feeling it here on my legs. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good view for sure.
sit down for a second. Gassed out.
If we had really good thermal, we could sit up here and just observe all around. Like if we could really zoom in, that'd be awesome. Yeah, it's crazy how humid it was down the trail, but up here, it's nice and cool.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Yeah.
Unless the weather's just changing.
No, it's just so it's like muggy down lower, right? Because the air's trapped in those little valleys and stuff.
Yeah.
And then up here, you've got the wind coming out of the glacier, coming off the water, and probably coming up the hill.
Yeah.
So it's a little cooler.
Such a beautiful lake. That's where we were supposed to camp, right in there, but we ended up being over here somewhere. But yeah.
You can see it from over here if you step over here in between those spruce trees.
Yeah.
That little tip right now.
Yeah.
That bunch of trees.
Like in between those two streams, that's where that guy was fishing at?
Yep.
Okay, so we were to the left of that. Yeah, we were right there, and that's where we had a grizzly bear coming to camp. That was a long ways, man. It does. All right, we're about at the top of this mountain, going up a little bit higher to see if we can get a better view, but I mean, the view's pretty good right now. It's pretty wild how you can climb up an elevation and you can just see the whole world around you. It's pretty intense. It just keeps going and going.
Up and up and up.
Yep. It's hard to find good tracks in this rocky soil.
Yeah.
There's those muddy spots back there, but they're just mud holes.
That's what I look for. I follow the creeks, the game trails on the ridge lines above the creeks.
Uh-huh. I think if a person camped up here long enough, you'd be able to capture some good audio for sure.
Well, you got a decent amount of visibility.
Yeah. It's kind of weird right there. It looks like some type of track going up that way. Not sure what it was. Could be a bear track.
For like 12 to 14,000, and that's with like a 640 core like I've got, and it's really tricked. Now, the detection range on those fusion units, you know, it's gonna be more blob-like. It's gonna be like your little AGM that you've got, because it's a smaller sensor size. So, like your AGM, I think is a 20 millimeter sensor. Mine is a 25 millimeter. And the little night vision ones are like a 17 millimeter sensor. So they're great for up close. They're great from, you know, here out to about 100, 150 yards. Beyond that, your detection, like you just see that there's a heat signature, but you can't determine what it is. So you have to look, which I mean, with night vision, unless you're using IR illumination, you can't really see stuff beyond, you know, a couple hundred yards. You kind of saw how, you know, last night we could see down the beach, but that was in like perfect, excellent conditions where even like a psionics would work great because we had so much light. But when you're in the dark down like where you live, you want a high spec tube. Having the thermal overlay is, you know, a bonus, but the tech isn't quite there yet.
Right.
Soon, like 6 months, a year, there's going to be some really cool stuff that's going to be coming out of prototype. I'm still waiting on the Chinese fusion stuff to get a little better, but the same company that makes my thermal unit, they're going to be making a fusion unit, and it's going to be better. I know they're going to make a better unit.
So just wait a while.
Just wait, and that'll give you time to save up money, and then, you know, in a year, it might be worth investing in a fusion unit. The U.S. made units are astronomical, $40,000. Like, don't even, you know, it's pickup money. Like, it's ridiculous. The Chinese units for the housing, right now I can get them right around $5,000 to $6,000 for the fusion housing, and depending on, you know, if they fix the glass or not, eventually it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
But right now it's still kind of not necessarily prototype phase, but it's first gen of the fusion units. It's not quite there yet. They'll get better. They will definitely get better.
Okay.
You know.
Well, I appreciate the help, man.
Yeah.
We'll keep working together, keep in touch, and
I'll let you know on the Chinese digital night vision when those become decent.
Okay.
Because right now they're about Gen 2 in quality, but there's a company that's making one that is approaching the lower end of Gen 3 night vision, and they're in prototype phase right now. Like, I'd say we will probably get some in testing within about 6 months. The people in the night vision group that are real tied in with these folks. So
yeah,
when that happens, whichever sensor and housing and unit has both night vision, like decent night vision performance and good recording quality, I'll let you know and be like, okay, this is the one we need to get, and then I'll probably just have you send me money and I'll have my buddy get it, and then you'll get it basically at cost.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, so that sounds good.
The only hassle with the Chinese units is they're starting to get sanctioned because China is selling thermal and night vision to Russia for Ukraine, and so we've already started sanctioning. Like iRay USA just got sanctioned, and so they're connected into a bunch of different people. You're probably going to see AGM get sanctioned here soon if they haven't already, but that's coming. So that might make getting them here or doing warranty service if something fails more difficult. So it's going to be something to where you're going to want to like handle it with kid gloves. Make sure it's in a good pouch if you're carrying it. Don't drop it. Try not to bonk it into stuff in your truck. You know, like I've dropped mine a couple of times on accident and it's made me real nervous. So I had my buddy make these 3D printed covers for everything, like for both lenses so they can't get scratched. And for the thermal, you have to buy a special, like I think it's germanium sacrificial lens for the cover for the glass. But I'd rather replace a $100 sacrificial lens than have to send the unit back for service or to get that glass replaced, and it takes 3 months or something because Chinese customs or U.S. customs grabs it, or you lose your unit. Right. You know, it's cheap insurance to spend. You know, I've got probably in accessories another $400 to $500 worth of ancillary stuff to support that little thermal. But now it's a solid unit. Like I can drop it in the mud, in the water. It's not going to kill it. You know, I've been using it. I've had it. It'll be 2 years this coming January. I've had that unit because I got one of their prototypes. That is a prototype unit, and it's been working great. I've been giving them feedback. You know, they've done some firmware updates. There's still a few bugs that they need to work out, but at least they're fixing the stuff. You know?
Yeah, that's good.
Just hanging out. He's got his stick collection. He's got a whole pile of sticks over there. Are you having fun? Yeah. Let's get back before Fred gets really upset.
All right, we're done here. We've explored this mountain.
Brutus.
And
Brutus.
No, Brutus, don't go off that cliff, buddy. Jesus. All right, so we're heading back to meet up with Fred, Russ, Sabella, and yeah, it was a good time here. I was happy to hear Ryan's encounters, and yeah, this is God's country. I mean, if you haven't been to Alaska, you definitely need to make a visit. And if you don't know where to go, just try to figure out where to go, because you got to get here some way or another. Yeah, pick a hobby, pick fishing or hunting, and then get on forums, meet someone. I don't know, talk to people about Sasquatch. They'll get you here. They'll let you stay at their place. Yeah, because if I'm sure people are afraid. They're like, I want to go to Alaska, but I don't know where to go. I don't know anyone.
There's so much to do.
Yeah. Once you get here, everyone's friendly. Everyone that I've talked to is really nice, humble, and yeah, it's a good place to be. So, and there's Sasquatch. So if you don't want to come here, meet the hairy man. Don't come here. Especially if you don't want to run into a grizzly bear or get chased down by a moose. It's not for everyone. So, I mean, I don't want any of those things, but just want to get close enough to film it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to get eaten.
Don't need to touch it.
No touchy. All right, let's go. But I mean, are we at the top of the mountain here? Is this the tippy top?
Yeah, this looks pretty high.
Yeah, this is pretty high up there.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the elevation here?
It is 1,500 feet.
1,500 feet. Okay. Awesome.
Hit any of that shit?
Oh yeah.
This would be a fun trail to run a bicycle down.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
This would be a lot of fun.
I got one of those Quiet Cat e-bikes. Man, they're awesome. You can go a long ways with them too.
Is that like the Teleria kind of?
Yeah, kind of like that. Electric. And I think you can go like 50, 60 miles. And you can carry a lot of gear. Comes with a lot of pouches and
I was thinking,
all
so it's
kinds
not,
of stuff.
I don't think it's a Teleria, but there's one that's, it's like the Teleria, but instead of having a belt, it's chain driven.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this one's got a motor on the front and back.
Oh, okay.
Or in the middle and in the back. I don't know. Both wheels have different motors. That's beautiful. I'll be filming everything, so. Did you hear something?
Yeah, when it came up, I heard it. And when it came down, I woke it up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but you could easily get ambushed here. It's just so thick. And you said they move like a freight train. The grizzlies, yeah. Moose too. Yeah.
Hanging out. I don't think it's bear. Wasn't enough noise for a bear.
Right. Then again, they can be super quiet.
But when you spook them and they go the other way.
Crazy thing is the Squatch can be in stuff like that and be super quiet. Just snap one twig and that's it.
And right off the trail, like, you know, you look through this stuff.
Yeah.
He's sitting on his butt. You know,
Yeah.
just in the dark watching.
Yeah, it's a dream come true, like I said earlier. I'm just so stoked to be here and I'm excited.
And then they caught on to that about 3 years ago with their newest semi-auto ban. They banned it by name.
Yeah, Canada's pretty much banned everything. They're like, you only need like one shot. Because you can't kill something with one shot. That you don't need to be shooting. But it's like, what if a grizzly bear comes at you? One shot may not be enough.
Yeah, and like when you're in tight stuff like this and there's a bear like right there coming straight up, you know, you got it. I mean, you're just going to mag dump, you know?
Yeah.
Until it stops. Stop the threat.
Yeah. I don't know how they do it in Canada. They just learn to make one shot count, I guess.
Yeah, it would be interesting to look at the data, see if there's any difference in bear attacks.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Like that end up in injuries, you know? If they even keep that kind of data.
It's hard to say, but the politicians or the rulers there really suck. I mean,
Yeah.
ours are pretty bad, but you can tell they're taking it to a whole different level in Canada.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't like what I just said, I don't care.
Oh, I'm sure they all agree with you. Like,
Yeah, well, I'm talking about the YouTube Nazis.
oh, well, I mean, like,
No, they probably agree with me too. They're like, yeah, they're controlling us too.
yeah.
They tell us what to say and what to do and what videos to take off. And
Well, I mean, look what they did to the truckers that were protesting, you know? Totally destroyed their livelihood, shut down their bank accounts. Just all sorts of crazy stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, the mosquitoes are horrible in here.
Yeah, that muggy, moist heat where there's no wind flow, like that at one point. And they had, like, they were opposite of the valley, and they see one of these things pop up, and then it starts coming towards them and runs them out.
Oh, that's freaky. Right off the trail.
Yeah, like, you know, so like this little ridge right over here, like they spotted it like straight across, and then it came down and came up and was coming after them. You'll have to watch it. It's worth a watch. Fred's
Yeah,
such
that's
a
freaky.
good storyteller.
Yeah, Fred's great at telling the encounters and explaining kind of what happened. Why'd Brutus bark like that and take off?
Because I stepped on his toe.
Oh, okay, I thought so.
He was underfoot. Sometimes that happens.
Sorry, Brutus. Yeah, I'd have to have a firearm and bear spray. Maybe use a spray just to keep them away, but to
Well,
solely depend on that.
not even that. Just, you know, when you just look at the body language of the bear. If the bear continues circling and gets close, you know, if it closes within about 15 feet, I deploy it. Then the bear will definitely fuck off.
Yeah.
Especially if it's being like that, you know, half circle type thing that they do. Then I would use it. But most of the time you can psych them out, you know, yelling at them, making noise. And they're like, oh, maybe I don't want to mess with this.
Yeah.
It's like they move around a decent amount. They don't stay in one area, especially with the amount of people that come through here.
Oh yeah, they're nomadic. They keep moving around. Yes, they follow the food sources, but I think they just pick and choose where they want to be at, and they're confident that they can obtain the food that they need to survive.
Yeah. I mean, they're like superhuman. You know, they can run. You know, they can catch this stuff.
They'll stay in place for a while, like certain areas, and then a couple weeks, couple months later, they'll move off. If they really like the area, they'll stay there for a few years. And there's even been reports where, you know, these things have stayed on people's properties for over 20 years.
Yeah. That's the interesting thing.
Yeah, they're all a little different.
I think, like, my feeling is that on that area where I had my encounters at the end of those trails, that's like the beginning of their territory, right?
Yeah.
And because it's so rugged and so hard to get into, it's swamps, it's water, it's bushwhack, like, it's like this, you know, and it's hard to get into if you don't have a trail.
Yeah. It's hard to navigate this mountain without having these trails. I mean, it's almost impossible.
Oh, it would take us probably a couple days to climb this,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Where'd your dog go?
Brutus.
I thought he went up into there.
No, he's right here.
Is he? Okay.
You gotta stick around.
What are you doing, Brutus?
I know you smell something there, so just stick around.
Man, we've been walking for a while and we still got over a mile. That's crazy.
1.1 miles.
All right. Did you find some water? Cool. We've done some miles today, and we got all this gear on us, so
Yep.
we're definitely carrying a load on us. And
This is about what
I'm
I
feeling
try to bring, you know, first aid kit. I bring enough stuff where if I get trapped out, like if I break a leg or something, I'm not going to die of exposure. You know, it's a lot of stuff, but I look at it as cheap insurance. I've had things happen. You know, I've never had to stay out overnight forcibly, but I want to be prepared for that. Like,
yeah, it could easily happen.
even though we're out of water, I've got a gravity water filter. We could get any of these little streams, fill up my bladder, let it set for 20 minutes, and we have almost a half gallon of water, you know, if we had to.
Yeah.
I've done that a bunch.
Like I thought I saw something jet black.
Yeah. Right in there. That must be a dead one of those fire trees. Stuff for it?
It's hard to say. I caught my eye too before you said something.
Yeah, I had to double take. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah. I don't know. They look darker. I hear something moving around down there too.
Yeah.
British. I don't know.
There's chickadees.
Everyone that we've asked about the hairy man, Sasquatch, they also have like mentioned little people. That's kind of surprised me. Which, the guy down by where we're camping, he mentioned the little people. This guy up here on the rock overlooking the mountains and the lake, he mentioned the little people. That's a big thing out here in Alaska.
Documentary evidence of the stick monster.
Right.
Fred, tell me how you feel about seagulls. Oh, I thought you no. All right, we're done with the interviews. The guys have broken down camp. They're waiting on us, and we're going to be heading out of here. Fred rolls over there, drinking a Coke, playing with the birds.
Trying to feed a bird.
Are you feeding them Fritos?
No, some Tim's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We had a raven eat our Fritos when we went looking for the Sasquatch. Oh, yeah. He's thinking about it. Oh, there he goes.
Too many people, otherwise he'd be eaten from my hand right now.
Yeah, he's like, get that camera out of here.
The Gus Sucks ruined it.
Sorry, Fred.
That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
It's alright,
Gus
we
Sucks
ruin everything, don't we?
All right, did you guys have a good time?
Heck
Oh,
yeah.
hell
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
We gonna do this again?
Heck
yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah,
Start
absolutely.
saving
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, start saving now.
Start saving now.
Absolutely. All right.
That water is just gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah, the mountains right there down that trail.
Fresh air.
Very
Beat
cool.
it.
No.
No.
I love Alaska.
Yeah, me too.